Hey guys, welcome back to another message. This time it's going to be a very short channeled message. I'm just going to share it because it's coming in now, and before I sit on it and don't share it, I think it's best just to do it quickly. If you were able to join us yesterday for the pre-solar eclipse session that we did, then you most likely were able to receive the heart chakra opening or activation energies, also to receive information about how best to navigate your reality. Remember that you're always moving through your reality and experiencing it as one linear continuum, but not realizing that you're just jumping to different timelines, depending on what? The now moment that you're in, the overall energetic frequency, your mood, all of that, and your belief system, very importantly. And the biggest message that came through yesterday was the reminder to foster a good relationship with the heart chakra, to make sure that it's healthy, to open it up, to make sure it's active. Because when you do that, then you're cultivating a higher frequency. And what is that frequency? It's love, generally speaking. And love is one of those frequencies that go all the way up to the highest dimension, if you want to say. It's not one of those things that will terminate in, let's say, the fourth dimension or something. Those things are not real, right? So once you align yourself with your heart chakra and you create a rapport with it, basically, you're conditioning your energetic vehicle to basically navigate throughout reality and to give you an optimal experience of what you could be living here on this planet. But also what came through yesterday were frequencies from the Christ consciousness. Always remember, I'm never going to be talking about anything religious. Sometimes the words overlap because, of discourse and the way it's been recorded throughout history. But what I'm just talking about is your Christed um, template, or like your, I guess, your perfected state where there are no blockages or misperceptions, right? This is what we actually want to align with. Basically, your factory settings. I don't know how to explain it. So right now, with these eclipse energies, a lot of love is coming into the planet, into your field, a lot of, and so I'm talking Christ consciousness energy. Also, a lot of shadows are going to be kicked up, and we talked about that. So the thing that I want to add today that kind of just dropped into my consciousness a few minutes ago is that mm, it's the call to be more loving to self, because here we are in heart chakraville, right? So when we talk about exercising love, charity begins at home. So love begins inside. And the thing that my guides were pointing out the most, or just specifically, is how we often tend to, let's use the C word, covet, right? Whatever, tend to covet or want, or envy all of this, the gifts that they see other people having. Let's just use a quick example: singing. Maybe you know somebody who sings so well, and the first thing when you hear the voice is like, wow, I wish I could sing that way. It seems pretty innocuous. It's like, oh yeah, I would love to do that too. And all that's well and good, but understand where that desire to have something that doesn't is not necessarily, by your own admission, even your gift. What that does is it kind of reinforces this idea of lack. And you have to understand, we call these things gifts for a reason. We all have been given gifts, and the gifts that we've been given for this lifetime, because you've had other gifts in other lifetimes, and it changes depending on the purpose of the lifetime. But the gifts you've been given in this lifetime, just like everybody else, it are uniquely suited for you. So it's one of those moments where it's like, seek first to understand and then to be understood. In fact, that applies by just saying, hey, wow, that music, that person's voice sounds so beautiful. I enjoy listening to it. What does it do to you? How does it make you feel, right? If you're going first to, wow, I wish I had that. I wish I could do that. That is you literally denying the self, saying, oh, I'm not good enough because I want to have that. That's saying I'm not enough. I need something. And it's lack that keeps us in this state of looking outside of ourselves and making judgment statements about ourselves and making judgment statements about others. Instead, focus on saying, hey, wow, wow, that's great. That's their gifts. What are my gifts? Start looking inside. That's the seeking first to understand. So if you even need to make it a prayer, go ahead. And that prayer could be simply like, hey, I would love to know what I can do, and how can I embrace what gifts I've been given. Because remember, the gifts that you've been given are for you to navigate this reality in your most optimal way, and for you to experience joy through it. That's what a gift is. A gift is given for joy. So the question is, how much longer are you going to stay in this state of self-denial and the opposite of self-love, and just keep wanting stuff outside of you, that gifts that you've seen given to other people? All that does is it takes your attention away from where it should be, which is in here. And really starting to cultivate that relationship with yourself. First of all, seeing yourself and what you have to offer. And also remembering gifts are not just about, oh, wow, this person can do that, or this person has that. It's about understanding that that's a frequency. And when it flows through you and you're able to embody that and express it, and then use your gift, which should feel good flowing through you to help others, that is when you're really stepping into what it is that you can do. And if you start thinking, oh, well, all I can do is clean and organize, but that person moves whole stadiums with their voice, that's an invitation for you to start learning to exercise more gratitude for the fact that you have gifts, and that you have a gift that you clearly have not explored as much yet. And also, it's a call for you to start appreciating, right, what you have, because, well, it was given from a place of love. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. But just to summarize, and yes, my Mercury in Pisces, I think I reined it in a little bit with this one take here. But just to summarize, the message coming through here is, in this time when we are being asked to really cultivate a new relationship with our heart chakra, so that we can get it into the higher frequencies that we need to promote optimal self-health, health and well-being on all levels of our field, and to align with ourselves. As a way of practicing that, please remember that it starts at home. It starts with appreciation for what you've been given. Stop looking at the plates of other people and getting yourself all head up and upset and jealous and envious, and start looking at your own plate and trying to understand what you can do with that, right? You're a gift. And I guess that's all there is to it. And you can do that by starting with some gratitude. And last thing to say is, gratitude is one of those practices, or one of those, you know, moments of expression that literally is like a panacea for anything. If you're in a low mood, you got to hit that gratitude. It literally energetically cuts through whatever energetic stuff is going on. Well, I got one arm. Well, you know what? And then go for it. Now, that seems lofty, but there are many, many people who um, are working on that in this lifetime, and many have mastered it. You can just easily go and look at stories out there, and many are still struggling, and it's understandable, right? And we all will have to work with trying to master gratitude for what it is that we perceive ourselves as having. But it's a challenge, it can be, but it's something to look into, because if you can wield gratitude, you can really, really push yourself into some higher states of being, and you can really eradicate a lot of the low self-esteem, low self-worth, self-doubting, self-denial, poverty consciousness, martyrdom consciousness, victim consciousness, all that stuff. Gratitude cuts right through it energetically. And you know that when we're working in the energy field, if you clear that up, guess what's not going to manifest for you in the physical field? Yeah, those illnesses, those accidents, those chance encounters with an activation of soul contracts with karmic partners that, hey, I don't need this anymore to learn because I've already taken care of it. So please, please, please get on the gratitude and the self-love, and continue to work on your heart chakra, and just keep an eye out over the next, few weeks, and just in general, for any stuff that's coming up for you. Because if it's shadow stuff coming up, it as all this light is coming in, you may really mistake what it is that you're seeing outside of you, because it's like having shadowy stuff in front of you. So you're going to misinterpret what's happening. You're going to attribute certain motivations to other people when they don't really have that, right? It's just you and your stuff kind of going around. So please, and also it's Mercury retrograde, so be careful. think I heard it's Venus retrograde also, so don't go jumping into relationships, just saying. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. If you would like to work more personally with me, any intuitive counseling sessions or anything else, you know exactly where to find me. All of my links are somewhere on this page that you're watching. And God bless you. Bye.